"I just need him to man up and fight for me," she said, chin high, voice steady. I didn't look at her. Not yet. The counselor nodded slowly, pen moving across a legal pad like it mattered, as if his words would ever change hers, as if therapy could rearrange the architecture of rot. We sat in his over-decorated office. Mahogany shelves, faint smell of lavender, fake calm. My fingers brushed the envelope beside me. The photos inside weren't new, but this was the moment I brought them into the light. Her voice cut again, sharp and calculated. "Do something," she snapped. "Be a man." I turned to her, held her gaze, then slid the envelope across the table. "A real man," I said, "knows when the fight is already lost." The counselor opened it first, his face drained. Her silence came next. Not shock, not denial, recognition, and beneath it, fear. 2 months earlier, I'd started noticing patterns. The same hotel charge on 2 credit cards. Her perfume changed, something louder, foreign. She'd start fights over nothing, then leave to clear her head. I wanted to believe it was stress. I did. But then I saw her laptop open on the counter. Messages on the screen, blurred but intimate, not addressed to me. I stepped away before she came back into the room. I didn't say a word. That was the moment everything inside me split, quietly, neatly. No rage, just stillness. That night she kissed my cheek before bed, and I smiled like nothing was burning inside me. I began with the hotel, pulled the receipts, matched them to her calendar lies. Then the phone records, same unknown number, repeating, late hours. I traced it, burner. She wasn't stupid. She was careful. Too careful. But even careful people leave fingerprints when they think no one's watching. I hired someone, not cheap, worth every cent. 2 weeks later, I had photos. Parking lot embraces, a hand sliding over her back. Her laughter, preserved in high-resolution betrayal. And him, the coworker who'd shaken my hand at last year's Christmas party like I was nothing but the duller brother in the room. She thought I was slow to react, passive, predictable. She mistook quiet for weakness. But I was building, waiting, not for a fight, for precision. The night before the session, I laid all the photos out on the desk in my study. I studied her in each one, her posture, her eyes. There was no guilt, only hunger. She hadn't slipped, she'd chosen, and I'd chosen too, to end it clean. At the session, I watched her fill the air with dramatics, how I'd stopped trying, how I was emotionally absent. The counselor nodded along, already pulled into her orbit. And then the envelope, sealed, heavy, final. When he saw the first photo, he blinked hard, shifted in his seat. When she reached for them and saw the angle of the shot, her breath caught. She didn't speak, didn't cry, just stared, as if seeing herself for the first time from the outside. "I already spoke to a lawyer," I said, folding my hands, calm, still. She opened her mouth, closed it. I continued. "The house is in my name. You'll receive a temporary living stipend per the prenup. You have 14 days to vacate." She looked at the counselor like he could save her. He didn't speak, couldn't. The damage wasn't loud, it was surgical. Because I didn't yell, I didn't accuse, I didn't beg. That's what she expected. She wanted a scene, a storm, something to play victim to. But I left her no stage, no audience, only a mirror. I stood, straightened my jacket, and looked at her one last time. "I did," I said, then paused. "You just never noticed." I didn't look back as I walked out of the building, not at her, not at the counselor's pale face. I went home, boxed what she left behind, labeled it unclaimed, took down our photos, erased our playlist, deleted our shared calendar. She was noise I had learned to mute. I slept that night for the first time in months, not because it was over, but because I ended it my way, without chaos, without compromise, without her. Sometimes silence isn't surrender, it's the sound of a blade sliding clean through.